Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you what were hits and misses for the 2024-2025 school year. This is in no particular order and it's combining both of my kids together. First, I think I will start with all of the hits. Well, maybe we'll do the misses first. I'm going to try to reach this. Let's see here. All right, to start with the misses, this was used for my fourth grader. Did not work for her. It worked for about the first 8 weeks. Oh, that's an instructor. Let's see. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but you highlight or you color the consonant chunks, the vowel blends, those things in different colors. But by the time we got to week 8, week 9, there were so many different color combinations. She had it. She couldn't concentrate properly. So we took that away and we made a switch to an all-encompassing curriculum that she did really well with. The next thing that she didn't do well with was level 4 of math lessons for living education. We had used levels 2 and 3 for her taking a break for her third grade year, the end of her second grade year, all of her third grade year, and part of this year. She was having a really hard time getting her multiplication tables down, clockwork, and her place values. So we stepped back. Overall, the program itself for levels 2 and 3 worked really well for her. It moved at a slow enough pace that she could catch up to where she needed to be. She could review things very slowly, very methodically, and then practice her multiplication tables every single day without regressing at all. And it helped her to move forward with some of the work that she did know, but it was gentle enough with the work that she didn't know. By the time we got to level 4, there just was not enough explanation, or at least explanation in the way that she needed it in order to be successful with the program. I could have taught her that math myself. However, it would have been, we found it nice to find a product that was going to teach it that in a way that she could understand, and then I was in the background helping her with any problems that she was having, or just checking on her throughout the day, every day, to make sure that she understood the process, she understood what was going on, and that we could use another program to supplement, or we could get out the manipulatives, we can get out extra pieces of paper and cut things up, do whatever we needed to do to make sure that she had her facts down well. This next one is for my current 6th grader, will be a 7th grader. She did not like this. We started with another program that she just wasn't getting. She doesn't do well with the parsing, which is what this very much is. Simply Charlotte Mason also does a parsing style. She does better with Simply Charlotte Mason's than she does with this one. It was way too many concepts at once, and she was getting bogged down. I don't remember what it was. There was something where this poor kid was just, she was going to take the book and burn it. So I figured might as well just save her from that and find something else. So we switched to Easy Grammar Plus. Same thing. It had the same style. I thought it would have been better because it is more mastery based. No. She doesn't like it. So those went into the to be used as fire starter pile. I bought this for my almost 6-year-old, the Level K master books. I was hoping it would be something that she could just scribble in, cut up, just something to keep her occupied, because she really wanted her own math studies book. And I didn't want to start math studies with her yet. I want her to have a slow growing period that Charlotte Mason recommends. It did wonders for my older girls, and I wanted to maintain that with all of my younger children. She was very, very bored by it. She flew through it. So I have no way that I can recommend that one unless you have a child that just wants to do one page here and there. If you have a child that is very eager, that's not going to keep their attention for very long. This is an in-between. It's Life of Fred, but they're language arts. This was also for my oldest. Not that it was a miss, it just, everywhere I read was hyping this up that you want to use this for high schoolers because it's going to be advanced. It's going to require a lot of them. It's not something to use for younger children. My sixth grader flew through this in a matter of a couple of days and got everything right and was bored by it. So there was no point in us buying the next 3 books because it wasn't going to last us for a whole year. This one gets highly recommended. This is for this, usually used for 7th graders. She was bored out of her mind with it. It's a good book. So if anybody likes his books, if he sees this, whatever it might be, it's a good book. It's really nice. It's really nice how it's set up. There are lots of experiments, lots of good information. It covers chemistry and anatomy. She just was bored to tears. And I didn't get into homeschooling so that my children could be bored. My children could hate what they're doing. We have so many options, so many resources available to us that I feel very strongly that I can find something to fit them, fit their needs, fit what they want, and then at least they will enjoy it. They don't have to love it, but I just don't want them to be so bored and just hating everything. She very much loves science, and the thought that I was going to give her something that could steal that joy from her, it had to go. So that lasted maybe from September to almost Thanksgiving, and by the time Thanksgiving came around, I said, we're done. We're not going to complete it. Using language well. This is Simply Charlotte Mason's. They are discontinuing this, and they're coming out with grade level specific program this year. This was one that didn't work for my 4th grader. It doesn't review. She needs a lot of spiral. She needs a slow spiral. She needs methodical spiral. She needs to be able to see it almost on a regular basis, on a daily basis, several times a week. And that wasn't cutting it for her. She wasn't remembering anything, which is what leads us to the next miss. This is Primary Language Lessons. This is the Catholic version from Hillside Education. We also have used over the last few years My Father's World, and then Emma Searles. It's the hardcover with the cat on it. I forget which edition that one is, but we've used several editions and none of them seem to work for our needs. My oldest child, she blew through them. They weren't any sort of challenge for her whatsoever. But my 4th grader, because she needs that spiral, there was just too few examples going through. So she wouldn't remember what a noun was. She wouldn't remember what adjectives were. She was having a very hard time remembering the spelling and the dictation. She also, it has you go through and give narrations about the stories, but you need to put the details in order. She could not keep anything straight. She could not remember capitals. She couldn't remember punctuation. She could not remember complete sentences. It did not offer her concrete examples that she needed to see. Instead of extrapolating that information from what she was reading, she couldn't connect the two. She needs to see concrete. It needs to be in front of her eyes. She needs examples. She needs someone showing her, and she needs to see it quite often repeated. So we put that aside, and I've said no more with this one. We are Charlotte Mason inspired. We are not Charlotte Mason purists, so I have no problem with putting things aside that don't work and adding in other things to help my children as I see fit. This one was recommended by the Catholic Simply Charlotte Mason group, Mater Ambelis. You can find that online. And it comes with it's a free download, much like AO is. And they have this whole lesson plan for this particular book that covers, I believe, 2 years, or it could be 4 years that it covers. It's a really nice lesson plan. We couldn't figure out how to make this work, how to make it work for 2 different children. My oldest she was interested in this, but she wanted to do it as she wanted to do it. She wanted to go through things and color it how she wanted, when she wanted, which isn't bad, but it just wasn't fitting the lesson plan. And my 4th grader was completely lost with this. She had no idea why she was doing what she was doing. And she ended up doing really well with just basic flashcard drills. And we used the Good and the Beautiful geography that came a part of their grammar cards for level 5. I just used those for her. And she actually remembers a lot of the geography by doing the flashcard method. And the last one, I have an itchy nose. You'll have to forgive me. The air quality here is bad. We have it's all hazy outside. I don't know if you can see out there. We have all of the smoke coming in from the Canadian wildfires, and I'm sneezing all day. And when I'm not sneezing, my nose is itching. Any hoodles. We did level 3 of this after we were done with math lessons for living education. And we did it at an accelerated pace so that we could get to the parts that she wasn't familiar with, because it was very interspersed throughout the whole book, things that she knew versus things that she didn't know. And so when we were done with that, I figured, well, we'll just stick with it since we had been using it. And we made it, I think, 3 full lessons in. We did this for about 3 weeks, and she asked if we could find something different. She wanted to go back to the good and the beautiful. And this is my sweet girl. She is one that she'll do anything you tell her to do. She won't talk back. She just says, okay, mama. She's very, very agreeable. So when she comes to me and says that she's struggling with something and she doesn't want to do something, I listen, because she's not one that kicks up a fuss. So I decided to honor her request, and we went back to the good and the beautiful, and we're going to see how that goes for the next year. And if she's doing well, we'll keep with it. If not, she's going to have to go back to it. Back to Math with Confidence. So let me get all of these out of the way. Pardon me. Oh, that's a heavy stack. Okay, now for my even heavier stack. The things that were hits for this year. My dingy little unpretty, boring, bland planner. I've never had a boring, bland planner before. This is my first year. This is quite literally what the inside looks like. It is boring, it is bland. You fill in what you want up here for your studies, and it has your calendar dates down here, and that's it. That's what every single page looks like, other than your month at a glance. And there might be a few pages back here that are a little bit different. That's it. Comes with basic stickers. And I got this at Target in their school supplies sales section. It was $18 to $20, and normally I use Well Planned Gal, and I have used Plum planners before, and everything comes out to be between $60 to $120. That's a lot of money, and I didn't want to go with Well Planned Gal last year. And if you saw my video from a month and a half ago, I had ordered their custom planner. We also have a massively huge fly. Whoa, that thing is huge. Okay, anywho. Oh my gosh. My cat is about to knock this down. That fly seriously is the size of a bee. It's freaking huge. Anyhow, back to the planner, because I keep getting distracted. Wow. I decided I'm not going to spend all this money on a pretentious planner when I'm literally not using half of it. I'm scratching it out. I'm using whiteout tape. There's no point in spending this kind of money. And then going with my custom one that I did back in December, I spent a lot of money on that, and they got my planner wrong. And the imagery is blurry. The paper is very shiny. All of my pens, even my ballpoint, regular ink pens, they all smear. So there's no point in me using it, because it drives me nuts. I hate when pens smear. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. So I'm going back to that. So this year in July, when they set up the Target spot, I'm getting another one of their, it's called the Altitude planners. It's just basic, and it's nice. And if I don't use this, I might just use a spiral notebook. I've got 6 kids, and I will have 3 homeschooling this year because my 5-year-old's about to turn 6. So I don't know if I'll be able to fit all of what we do. I use my planners as a log. So instead of planning out what I'm going to do, I use that with other sheets of paper. Just blank pieces of paper. I plan out what I'm going to do, and then I actually use my planner to write down what we've done. So reverse planning as my record keeping. My next thing that was a hit, this is from Tan Books. It's a Catholic site. It's poems every child should know. And it's got a couple ribbons in it. I added some more. But these are for younger children. And then you can get some for older, G.K. Chesterton. This is my 6th grader's, one of her favorite books from this year. She really loves this series. Ooh, hello, kitty. I'm attacked by another cat. He's been hiding all day. Butters. This is Butterberry. This is my 6th grader's cat. And she doesn't like that he likes me. That's Butterberry. His name's Jasper, but we call him Butters because he butters you up. And he comes to Butters. For our religion studies, my 4th grader loves this series. There's also a mass book that they have. So she's always reading those. And as I alluded to earlier, this was a hit. We went through the entire book in a matter of maybe 2 months, and she did really well. It brought her up to speed on some of the things that she was struggling with, and it got her prepared for the 4th grade level of Good and the Beautiful quite nicely. I like it. I don't like it. It's a love-hate thing. There are some things about it that I absolutely love, and there's other things about it that I'm not jazzed with. I'm not sold on it 100%, so I'm not married to it. She has the first unit completed. We're taking summer break for about a month. That stupid fly thing is huge. Like, if you seriously look at it, it looks like a freaking bumblebee. My gosh, that thing's huge. No, don't knock this down. Don't knock this down. Oh my gosh. Probably wasn't a good idea filming right by a window. So she did the first, maybe a little past the first unit, and she really likes this. She likes the videos. She likes, as she calls them, her teachers. And she's doing really good with that so far. I also have a huge area where I keep all of our manipulative. So if we ever need it, if she ever needs it, she has full use to take anything out that she wants, and we go through it. We'll sit down, we'll do it together, or she can do it by herself. And she's really enjoying that so far. This is our history for the year, our main history. This is a Catholic. This is from Tan. So if you're looking for a Catholic story-based, living books-based history, we really like that one. Their audio, my girls, I have textbook copies for each of them, and they will both read along as they're listening to the audio, and the audio is dramatized. It's really nice. Unlike the Story of the World that is put you to sleep boring, this one's actually nice. This was my oldest's copy work, Catholic. And then these next two, she did after the fail of the Beer Builders or Breen Builders, however you pronounce it. Tan, also Catholic. She did these two, and she did this one along with the, what is that? The Beowulf. Who owns the Beowulf grammar? Guest Hollow. She did the Guest Hollow High School anatomy course in a matter of 6 weeks. She was on an anatomy binge. So she did all of their stuff sans 2 books that were not appropriate for her age group. This next one, this is the book that we switched to after the language lessons was a total failure, and the Simply Charlotte Mason grammar was a failure for my child. Again, they're not failures in the regard that they're bad, just they didn't work for my particular child. We did this, we got it done in about 2.5 months, so she did it at an accelerated pace, and it covered everything that she was struggling with, absolutely everything that she struggled with. It was a perfect fit. I had this sitting downstairs on my shelves, and instead of buying something new, I figured I would try that, and it worked perfectly. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. So she's going to do the level 4 of that one next year. This is the first time we've ever completed one of their science units. This was for my 4th grader. This was what she was interested in, and she really enjoyed it. She wants to do several more, so she's already picked them out. She really enjoys them. We got to sit, just her and I, going through it. My oldest would sit in upon occasion. They are marked for grades 3 through 8, but they are too, I don't want to say immature. The level that they're written to would be good for an average 6th to 8th grader, but it doesn't fit my child. She needs something like a high school level if we're gonna be doing that. This is probably the biggest hit. Denison pre-algebra. She's about to finish this, and then she's gonna move to algebra for 6th grade. She loves this. She absolutely loves this. She did Good and the Beautiful for a while, and she did Saxon for a while, and she hated it. She tested into pre-algebra in her 4th grade year, and I didn't want her going I didn't want her graduating calculus when she was done with 8th grade. So I said no. So we went back to Good and the Beautiful. We did level 5 and part of level 6, and she loathed it. She does not like the spiral technique. She wants mastery. That's what this is. And he tells a lot of dad jokes. It's very straightforward. No thrills, no punches. And then, oh, this is her solutions manual. But they have doodle pages, and then she highlights all of her notes. It's teaching her how to take notes, so she has a full spectrum colors of highlighters. And she just goes through and highlights everything as she's listening to her lesson. And the other thing I don't have in here, but going along with this, she also does Life of Fred pre-algebra, and she sits with her dad, and they get out one of the books, and they'll read through 5 to 10 chapters just sitting on the couch. They do everything mentally, orally, and she does that for fun. And it dovetails nicely with what Denison offers. It gives her a little bit more challenge and helps her to think outside of the box, to think without pencil and paper. I really enjoy that. She really enjoys that. So we'll keep that combination going in the future. This is another hit. This one is my 4th graders, and then there's like, they've got beginner 1 and 2, and then they've got a whole different level for older students. My oldest daughter is doing their next level up. She likes this one too. And it's just quick grammar study. It takes a few minutes a day. This is my oldest's, her timeline book. She loves her timeline book. And she will just sit, she'll get on these little jags of things that she finds interesting. One of her jags last year was presidents, and she was obsessed with knowing everything she could about all of the presidents. And then she went on to an obsession of presidential assassinations. And she timelined all of those. She researched all of those. She studied down to the fine minutia for everything, checked out everything from our library that she possibly could, and did that just for personal enjoyment study for like 6 months. And she just put everything in her timeline notebook. It's really fun. She likes it. This is another one that she likes, my 6th grader. She likes Shakespeare. It's one of her favorite authors. And so we got this on Amazon. It's just quotes. I don't have her write in this book. I have her do it in a copywork book. I think it's this same brand, so it's School Nest, but for copywork. And then this is also for my oldest. This is book 3. She really did well with this year. And the last thing that was a success, she wasn't too thrilled about it. She was kind of in between. She didn't hate it. She didn't love it. She got it done. But she completed this whole book, I think, 6 weeks. This kid is insane with what she can do. We utilized it just because she's really good at giving narrations. She will give you the most detailed narration you could possibly imagine. And then she will amplify it by bringing together all the information that she knows about that subject that she's read on her own and give you an additional narration and tie everything together. She doesn't like writing. She likes writing for personal enjoyment, but it's even rare when she does do that. And so when you ask her to write her narrations, she will give you a 2 to 3 sentence paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs. And I know she can do so much more than that. And it's just a matter of her not wanting to. She can, she doesn't want to. So I wanted something that would offer guardrails for her. I didn't want something that was going to teach mechanics. I didn't want something that was going to be formulaic. So no IEW, absolutely not. Their grammar was a fail. I don't need to get their writing program either. I know it's popular, not popular for me. So this gives her guardrails. It loosely defines what she needed to do. It gave her information on how to build an appropriate paragraph and paragraph structuring from start to finish, how to do an outline. And it was very basic, very general. Some people like that, like us. Other people don't. They want something that is literally step by step by step by step, taking you through the whole process all the way through. If that's what you need, this won't be for you. That will be IEW. But for somebody that doesn't want the formulaic writing, but still wants the guardrails, as I like to refer to it, this will be for you. And they did a couple of research projects. One of them was on Australia. She really enjoyed that one. She spent weeks researching, just for the fun of it. And then I like that it has the grammar, the sentence diagramming in here. And that was something that my 4th grader did really, really well with. She, as I had said earlier in this video, she was not doing good with the grammar from the language lesson. She can't see it, she can't visualize it, she can't remember it. But as soon as she started doing the basic sentence grammar or the sentence diagramming in her Good and the Beautiful, it all just clicked immediately, and she can diagram almost any sentence now. And I struggle with sentence diagramming, and she's teaching me how to do it, and she corrects my work. She's really good at it, and she really enjoys it. My oldest, not so much, but she's gotten better at grammar, and the things that she struggled with for Fix-It Grammar and the Easy Grammar, she gets much better with the Good and the Beautiful. It hasn't turned her into a grammar fanatic. She's not going to love it, but she at least understands what she's doing now. And so that is it in a nutshell for our hits and misses for my very long-winded, holy cow, 26-minute video. If you've made it this far, thank you. Give me a like, subscribe, and check in to see what I'm putting out in the next couple of weeks. I will be going through what I'm using for all 3 of my girls for the upcoming school year. And you have a great day. Thanks.